this pleasure. Of course, we have few listeners here, majorities of our speakers, but this is one of the important topic. Waste to wealth, this is a buzzword for last 1 decade. But our story of ICT growth, we must have seen for last 5 decades. The IT growth actually consumed a lot of electronics. That is how we showed our performance. And if you are changing the generation from 2G to 3G to 4G to 5G, and also you are thinking about 6G, each G actually creating huge significant electronic waste. Of course, this subject matter is pertain to Ministry of Environment and Forest of Climate Change. Initial days of from 1984, they are dealing the matter in the way air, soil, and water pollution. But if you are talking about coming to the electronic waste, it's really a typical or very critical waste. So electronics are actually developed with is a high-tech product. If you talk about the today's smartphone, it requires 69 different elements of periodic table. Sorry, for its function. 69 elements of periodic table. Oh. So each and every day, things are changing or coming to the new version of the product. Another thing is happening, I should mention, everybody knows it. OEM are changing the product very fast. All the products are having inbuilt obsolescence. Your software will not get updated. They are not giving you the adequate parts, spare parts, and other stuff. So you are bound to leave this. And if you see that data for last 10 years, last decade, 66% enhancement or increase this change of product. In that scenario, and we are talking about India, we have to grow. We are aspiring for $5 trillion economy, where electronics will play an important role. We have to develop the product. We have 5 million smartphone users, but it's not user. 300 million might be user. We may have 2 or 3 phones. So we are really, from our ministry's point of view, we are really interested to give the digital India, to realize the entire way. We require to have 11 million population have a smartphone for giving a smart governance to the pumped off, as Honorable Prime Minister is envisioning. So in that scenario, without recycling the electronic waste, without recycling this stuff and taking back to the economical growth path in the circular manner, it is not going to help. If you take some data, in international report in 2020, it has projected we are the 3rd largest generator of electronic waste. So we have already used per annum 3.23 million metric ton of electronic waste in 2019. If you take that figure, 3.23 million metric ton, 1.5 million metric tons are iron and steel. 0.7 million metric tons are your non-formal, 1.7 million metric ton are actually, you have a non-ferrous metal, where you have a gold, silver, copper, rare earth. There are 0.8 million metric ton of the plastics, WEEE plastics. There also we are having engineering plastics. So these are all resource material for the country. So this required to be utilized as an asset for processing and getting back the resource mineral for the future growth. But what we are having, there are 3 versions of the rule. Dr. Jindal might be touching upon. This year, under circular economy, we have the 3rd version of the rule, e-waste rule. It is enacted from 1st April of 2023. We are talking about EPR credit. So it is really new era of EPR compliance. Remains to be seen how the material flow is will be happening. Because we are talking about secondary raw material tracking through GST. There is a good part. I should congratulate the MOEF has taken a forward path. But in that scenario, what are the things are required? Infrastructure is required. Skilled manpower is required. So that waste particles should be taken seriously and it should be done the scientific recycling. Yesterday we are talking with our ministry with the Aditya Birla. They are coming to come out with a refinery in the country. They are asking for a subsidy. People are actually interested, but problem is material scattered. They are asking for allowing them to have imported printed circuit board because their investment is huge, and that type of material they are not getting. So they are asking to us and to PMO that you should have the better mechanism so that he can stabilize his plant. Then we can actually have a Umicore type of facility in our country. So this is a catch-22 situation because if you see the Muradabad, just see the Muradabad is the largest informal hub in the Asia. There are 4.5 lakhs workers are working in a very savvy condition. Okay? In Muradabad, you will not see any electronics waste. You will see printed circuit board. Those are coming from a formal recycler. Somebody should see. Muradabad is not a hub of IT hub. You will get a product. So Muradabad, you are getting PCB only. So where from these PCBs are coming? So we have to again revisit our EPR compliance. We have to find out how this is happening. You are giving a authorization to the recycler, and you are not auditing them. They have a adequate equipment, adequate investment to process printed circuit board, to process lithium-ion battery, to process spent magnet, to process plastics. One should see. So if it is inadequate from SPCB or CPCB, I think it should be given a international GC. There are many agencies are working, they are doing good work. Art2 is working in USS, Eastward is there, Senlag are doing in Europe. So those companies can be given an entry to our country. Then that will also create a new job. So we have to think differently. You are really aspiring to go $5 trillion economy. We are actually behave like a developed economy. We cannot still behave like a developing economy. So in that scenario, I think today, whatever we are discussing, this is one of the important topic, and I should congratulate the authority. They are, many industry. Our ministry is also given the logo support is good. And 2-3 things what our ministry has done, I'll be highlighting here. One is we have created a participatory model of Center of Excellence in Hyderabad. We have created a Center of Excellence where the technology can be augmented and having a new technology. So we have 7 different types of technology. Last month, through Niti Aayog, we have handed over 36 companies the lithium-ion battery technology. And we have given 10 plus company for PCB recycling technology. We have, this year only, MOEF has listed the solar panel. And they have given 10 years leeway. But we have developed solar panel recycling technology. Apart from processing technology, we are creating startups. We have a collaboration with CMAT Hyderabad, with IIT Hyderabad. We are, from 2020, during the COVID year, we have initiated this course, MTech in, first time in the world, MTech in circular economy and US management. So that course is going on in IIT Hyderabad, where we are also taking some of the course content. We have developed the course along with IIT Hyderabad. And those, every year, we are getting 15 to 20 students. And they are joining to CMAT as a startup. Like you are talking about different products. There are, indium is rare. tantalum is rare, is no longer in the Mother Earth. So indium tin oxide is required for any flat panel. So indium required to be extracted back. So one startup is a student from ISC Bangalore. They joined in CMET Hyderabad. He has come out with a solution for liquid crystal display, and they are extracting indium. So what I want to mean, efforts are being taken in various places, but we should promote the startup. Some new funds should be created for that, and also this waste particle should be taken seriously. And some of the, I think, subsidy and other things, spec scheme is there, but that is 25% subsidy for the capital equipment we are offering from the METI side. But we require to do more, because 25% subsidy for a electronic industry may be adequate, but for recycling industry, that may not be adequate, because they are not getting a feed source. They are asking, some of the guys are asking, don't give us capex, give us opex, so that we can work with the informal sectors, because they are giving a better value, the material is leaking there. So these are some of the issues, because we are working in a subject which is the waste. So many guys are interested, because if you talk about the informal sectors, they know about gold. They do not have any idea about platinum, palladium. So those are, we are losing anyway. So some concerted effort has to be done. Pan-ministry work should be there, because MOEF should also work with METI and also Urban Development Ministry, because municipalities are there. So they should also work along with the formal recycler, so that collection chain where we can use the informal sectors. So these are many things still need to be done. We have initiated many things. Another important, our flagship program was skill development. Skill development, we started from 8 Northeast state. Then we have done one skill development program in Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh, and another in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So we have, last 3 years, we have created 1,000 plus skilled manpower. We are giving them, we are actually making them micro-entrepreneurs, because there is a scheme in MSME, CDC scheme. There 90% can be offered if you are making a cluster. So they are now applying through that. One case study you can do, our trend from our Sikkim center. In Tripura, 5 guys have made such type of clusters. So things are changing. Youths are taking the risk, and they are coming for waste management. And I think another decade will be the waste management decade, and it will contribute majorly in our GDP. That is all I can say for today. Thank you very much.
One question, sir. The government is learning, unlearning, relearning. So, as a rough ball figure, so many suggestions come. So, from the industry and all that, how much such views are heard, and how much action is taken?
If you see my own journey, I have started this subject from 2007 in my ministry. Now, electronic waste, initial days, when we were putting our paper, they are saying this is not your subject.
Right.
This is the MOEF's baby. It's not your subject. But now, if you see the Circular Economy Action Plan, our ministry has developed in 2021. Now, PMO, yesterday we had a meeting with, Aditya Billai just spoke to you. The advisor of PMO wrote the letter to us. So then there are 5-6 points are for MOEF. So we will be advising them, you should go for this point. So we have taken this thing in a priority stage.
Yes.
Since the electronic ministry, they are actually taking, and MOEF is also last 15 years, if you are not vetting any document, they are not putting it to the website. But in the first draft, if I can remember, in 2011, it was not like that. So in 2016, it was changed. Now it is the two ministries are working very closely. EPR, I can share here, then CPCB, Dr. Ashok Kumar might be knowing. We develop from, actually, this is my contribution actually, for the credit system. for credit, giving a credit, what should be the conversion factor? How much one product should have a gold, silver? So because this is a funny situation here, our manufacturers are not interested to share any data. So in that scenario, how will you know what type of, so we have done the literature survey, 106 product we have find out, there is a range we have given because brand to brand things may change. What are the gold content, what should be the copper content, major parameter we have taken and we have handed over to the CPCB. Now it has been discussed with Recycler Association and Manufacturer Association, and they have come out with a certain thing and it is going to think. So this subject is not a IT sector or in a manufacturing sector where one or two things will fix the sector. Waste management, because there are vast informal, there are almost 20 lakhs are working around the world. Unless you are upgrading them, so that also another project we have already started, 30 cluster through that MSME fund we are going to create, where 15,000 we have identified as a informal. So they will be taken to the formal fort, and then they will be called as a formal sectors. So the GST collection, whatever the material you are losing through Muradabad or Silampur, that can be tracked. So that's secondary raw material can be tracked. So this is the, now I am finding there's a better time where ministries are working after discussion.
And better coordination and action is happening.
Yes.
That is.
And the spec scheme also one of the thing, earlier it was done for the electronic component. So our ministry told no first.
That gives good